Hello again. Um, it's me again. Thank you very much for watching. If you're For those of you that are watching, thank you very much. Um, Today we're gonna go in this video. We're gonna speak about while loop. Okay, there's different type of while loop. There's while, there's do while, there's the different type of while loop. But today we're gonna speak about while loop only. So the previous video we spoke about for loop. So now we're going to while. While loop and for loop are quite similar. They My understanding of while loop is just a for loop broken in pieces. That I can say to you guys. You'll see it when we start coding it. The while loop is just a for loop that broken in pieces. If you understand for loop, then you don't have a problem with while loop. Just need to break the for loop that has become the while loop. So in doing example, you'll be able to understand. Okay. Excuse me. So in this video, we're gonna do a while loop. So to demonstrate how the while loop works. Okay. A while loop is a statement. It's just they had we have to have a condition to do a while loop. So it's more for restriction and for condition stuff like that. Then you have a while loop. So let's go through it. For those of you that just started to watch now and you don't know how to get here, please go back to refer to my second videos. You'll see how to get here. For those of you that know how to get here, so we can just kickstart and go and demonstrate how the while loop works. So let's start. So we're gonna start first. Have a data type and declare a variable. I can use a variable. I can just use count. Okay. Then I assign value to one. Assign the value to one. All right. Okay. Now first before we do this, let me demonstrate. Okay. Let me first do a while loop and then we can demonstrate that later. So this is that, and then I'll have while. And in a while loop, I need to have a condition. So I'm gonna use my variable called count, and I'll say the count is less than 5. And then in there, I'm gonna have to have a condition. I'm going to have a message. So I'll use a console.writeLine. Console.writeLine. And in this here, I'll pass through a message. I'll maybe say, what can I say? Let's say it's the value of I of I. Okay, the value of I is, and then the two dots, and then here we're gonna pass we can put plus count. Okay, plus count, and then we close here. Now now in the end of the for loop, after a bracket, after you close your bracket of the statement, you have to say count. We need to increment count plus. Okay, let's just use plus one. Remember, in the other video, I explained why we should use like count plus one. Okay, let me use I anyway. Plus plus. Let's use count plus plus. Right. Okay, so we can use count plus plus, and then let me write console so we can execute this and see what are we going to have. Console dot read key. Can use read key. Yeah. So that is that. Let's save this. Let's try to run it. Let's run this application, and then we can see what can happen. So it takes a little while to run to debug. So, but then you just need to be patient and see. Yeah. So here it is. This one is a straight while loop. It's just straightforward. I didn't do any difficult or change things too much. But then when we see what can happen, and we can change and add a few things and work around it and explain it better so you guys can understand. So let's see what we have. Can you see? This thing is display value. So it's gonna display a lot of values. Okay. Because when we say count plus plus, if you look at the statement here saying this is the statement, this thing have to be count have to be less than 5 and then you have to display counts. So count have to count 5 times, and then we got here we increment, right, plus plus, but count is equal to 1. So what we need to do to avoid that, so this is what we need to do. We're gonna say count equal to count. Let's say count equal to count and plus 1. Yeah, so that we can be able to restrict it, the loop not to run like a lot of times. Okay, because the value of count is what is 1. So let's go back, save it, and let's run it again one more time. Excuse me. Right, so this is what we have. So the count is just running. The count is just running. The value is 1. The value is 1. The value is 1. The value is 1. So it keep running, keep running, keep running. It doesn't stop. Okay, so now this is what we need to do. So we can change this to stop avoiding this to run too much. So we can put a aggregation function which is equal, right? So let the aggregation function in there and let's run it again. We get the equal sign. Let's see what's gonna happen when we put equal. Ideally, we put equal so that it can stop to some extent. Okay, still going. All right. Okay. So, but the point here is that you can see the value, the answer is keep on running, but then it doesn't stop. Although we put equal to 5. Okay, so so yeah, this is how you do it. This is how you do the while loop. The while loop is very straightforward. So you do a while loop value like that. So he has to go 5 times. Okay, so in the beginning, we're gonna let's unpack this now. In the beginning, I said to you guys, I said the while loop is just a for loop. Okay. For those of you that didn't believe me, let's say if I was gonna write a for loop, this is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say let me use the same variable called count. I'm gonna say int counts equal to 1, and then I'll say count is the same value count are let's say um, less or equal to 5, and I'll say count plus plus. Okay, this is a for loop. Now if you look here, the first part of the for loop that we got here, count equal to 1, is the first part that we declare here. Can you see we assign the value count to something? Do you see that? And now the condition which was in the for loop, which was in the for loop, which become in the while. Can you see it? And then the statement where where you count is the one that we put outside the loop. So as I said to you guys, a while loop is just a for loop break in piece. So the function of for loop, which I explained on my other video, that the first part of the for loop, this is a data type, and this is the what? This is a variable. And then we assign the value into the variable. The second part is the condition that the loop have to do, right? The loop have to do this condition. And the last part is the incrementation. So it goes from which position? Like if they say plus plus, it means it's going from descending order to ascending order, right? So it's starting from 0 to whatever the number might be. But then if it's minus, then it's opposite, right? So as I said to you, this is proof to you guys that a for loop is just a while loop is just a for loop broken into three pieces. Okay, so let's remove this. We're just explaining. Let's come back to our issues. We got issues here. So we say count. Let's put the value of counts. Let us assign count equal to 0. Let's put count equal to 0. and then let's remove count plus 1. Let's just use count plus plus. Okay, and then let's see if we run this, what's going to happen here now. So yeah, as you can see, these are the values. Count equal to 0 because it's counting equal. The equal value is coming from this statement here, from this one. You see the statement, so it's replacing count to the statement. Okay, so now let's try. This is the normal loop, right? So there's nothing. We didn't allow the user to input anything or such thing. There's nothing. So let allow the user to input something. So we're gonna say that, and then here we're gonna say console using while loop with user input. So here we'll say maybe let's say enter count, and then just a quick message, and then here you can press semicolon, or you can even add count here. Okay, we can do that. Count. Okay, so that is that. And then here we're gonna say count. We need to convert it. Remember, it's an integer. Count equal to what? Count equal to int. You can even use 16 dot paste, and here we're gonna say um, here we're gonna say count is we're gonna say console dot read line. Okay, we're gonna deal with those issues that we're having here. So that will be that. So let's just remove the count in there. Okay, so that will be this. Alright, so this will have the user input and the value the user will input. Okay, now let's test it now. We allow the user to input the value. We're not creating our own value. We're not outcode the value. So the user will input the value. Let's say the user put 2 and then enter. Can you see it display the value 2 as many times as the loop, as the count, the statement we allowed it to display. Alright, so now the user will only input the value one time. So if we want the user to input the value as many times as possible, that means we're going to have to remove the statement again and then put it inside the while. So we can put it inside there. So putting it in here. Okay. So if we put it in here, this one will have a problem because it's not what you call converted. Okay, so that part have to be outside so that the application will understand that we already converting the count variable to integer. Okay, so let's say we put 2. Can you see it's showing 2 2 2 2 is the value, 2 is the value, 2 is the value, but then okay, so okay, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't think with this counts we can be able to, we need a loop to run it like as many times as possible. So let me just go back and put this thing where it was, put it here. Okay, and go back here. So as we can see, we use the normal loop with our own input that we put here, and then we change the input to a value of loop where where we know. I just put 2 here, where then we change that we allow the user to output himself. So let's go back there. Say the user inputs 3, enter, count 2. So you can change the loop here. You can change the loop number to another number. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. My next video I'm gonna do the while um, the loop in the while into another while loop. while into a while loop. So thank you very much. Please do subscribe to my channel and like